with us, I would commend to you the words of the writer from Ecclesiastes in Ecclesiastes 4. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, and has no other to lift him up. Again, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And though a man might prevail against one who is alone, 2 will withstand him. A threefold cord is not easily broken. It's my privilege to introduce to you the speaker chosen by this class, Mr. Roger Lathrop. Anybody else want to hear more Jackson Simpson? I could just sit right down and listen to Jackson. You wouldn't have to put up with me. That's right, Molly, you wouldn't have to put up with me. Well, you'll get to see a side of me tonight that you probably haven't seen before. Maybe you have. So, good evening. I have had the distinct honor of knowing many members of the class of 2022 for many years, and probably a couple of you, Tyler, from the day you were born. I've grown up with many of your parents and grandparents as my friends, fellow coaches, work colleagues, and community leaders. I may have even been your coach on baseball or softball team, and my apologies for things that were said in the 7th inning. I cheered you on in sports, musicals, concerts, and countless other activities. I tell you, that's been a blast to see how far you've come. This is the side you don't get to see. But I'm so proud of each and every one of you here tonight. And that includes the parents and the administration. And I offer you the sincerest congratulations on your accomplishment. It is a first step into an exciting and challenging future you'll build for yourself. You've made your school, community, and families proud. But tonight I'm going to challenge you to do 2 things I believe will enrich your life and the lives of everyone you encounter on your paths ahead. But before I get to the challenges, because they're actually the easy part, I want you to know 2 of my core beliefs. Number 1, God designed me and designed you and has a purpose for our lives. God guides us on this path, this is number 2, and uses others in our lives to assist our journey, and uses us to assist others in their life's journey. The verses that Mickey just read shows this relationship between 2 people and how those 2 can overcome so much more than one can do alone. Now imagine, if you will, a beautiful Friday night at Alperon Park. Damien gets the ball. He runs straight up the middle, but there's no one there other than Wellsboro's defense. How far is he going to go? He might break out to the side. He's not the fastest guy in the world. He's got a power of him, but he's alone. Now imagine Eli or Mason, or both, making a massive hole for this attempt. The difference is negative yards alone, in most cases, or positive yards, or even a breakaway run for a touchdown, as long as you go down the left-hand side, because it's downhill to that corner, for a touchdown with the help from his team. Finally, in those verses, you notice that a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Who or what is this 3rd strand? It's God, acting with others and with us to make the best possible outcomes in our lives and the lives of others. If you don't know me, you all know me. I'm Roger Lathrop. I'm from Mosierville, but I originally grew up in Facet, which is kind of like Gillett, only a little farther up the hill. I graduated from Troy High School in 1991. No, there were not horses and buggies in the parking lot. I was not the best student. I was roughly mid-pack. I had to take 2 math classes as a senior to graduate. I enjoyed Algebra 1 and Geometry so much that I took them both twice. I was really not that great at math, so I married a math teacher, figuring I wouldn't have to do any math in the future, which really hasn't worked out. I was a middle-of-the-pack cross-country runner. I know I look like a linebacker today, but I ate a lot between then and now. I was an average band student. I was a chorus student. I was a decent sprinter and hurdler, and even cut off a piece of my finger in the wood shop right up here, and Mr. Fox had to take me to the ER to get it fixed. Sort of. It's a little funky, I'll show you after. I had a job as a short order cook. I went to church whenever I couldn't weasel out of it. And I weasel out of it a lot. I was a class clown, as you may notice tonight. And I was class president, which usually doesn't go together. It was a great time to be a kid. It was a great place to live. You're here. I'd say that I wasn't all that different from you guys right down here tonight. I went to college, I started a life, got married, have 3 great kids who are friends of yours, or at least they tell me that it's your house when they're not at my house, so I don't they're your house. I've got a great career in healthcare compliance, which is funny because I broke every rule as a kid, and now I make sure everybody else follows the rules, which is really ironic. My life has been blessed in so many ways by so many people, and in ways I probably don't even know, which is pretty cool about Troy. People will help you and you don't even know that it happened. To make it clear, I've had a lot of help along the way. I've had an amazing partner with Ginger, who some of you people, Mason again, you're like the brunt of all my jokes tonight, man. He calls her Mama Math, which I think is a pretty great title. My parents, my in-laws, extended family, other coaches, work colleagues, community league leaders, and other organizations I've worked with, and I've got the greatest friends anybody could ask for. Greatest friends. I can only believe that this was God's plan to be an ever-present help in my life's journey. I believe He gave me helpers and guides to assure my success. I want to share a couple of Bible verses with you before we get into the first challenge. So in 1 Thessalonians 5, 15 through 18, real short, see that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men. Rejoice evermore. Tomorrow night you can rejoice evermore that you don't have to go to another high school class. Pray without ceasing. It's really important to pray when you don't know what else to do. And in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. Now on to the simple challenges. Challenge number 1. Challenge yourself to be thankful for where you are today and give thanks to those who have helped you achieve this milestone. Actively seek out those who have made a difference in your life and tell them, thank you. It's pretty simple. And be specific. What did they do that made such a positive impact in your life? I'll give you 4 specific examples so that you don't have to guess what I'm challenging you to do. Number 1, thank your parents and guardians and grandparents and siblings and other relatives, as they are at the top of the group that did so much in the way of feeding, clothing, guiding, and all the little things that go unnoticed until someone isn't doing them for you every day. You're headed out in the world. I promise you, you will notice when you get up in the morning and there's no toilet paper and you've got to go get it yourself. Moms and dads do that stuff for you. Just did that at my house today. Without them, you'd be half naked, hungry, living in less than ideal conditions, with no phone. Imagine no phone. Oh, worse. And no plan for tomorrow. Often your parents have pushed you right here. God sent you to them, even if you didn't always recognize it. And maybe they didn't recognize it either. He had a plan for you, and for them to grow stronger together. By doing this, he gave you a lifelong set of helpers in your family. Thank them in words and deeds as you go forward. Demonstrate that your thankfulness will be translated into helping others as you've been helped by them. You'll see this theme tonight. Help other people. You've been helped. Thank your teachers, number 2. You've had at least 30 and probably more. Some of them you may have had multiple times because you liked the subject, like math. I loved it. Or you just liked the way they treated you when you were in their class. Without the guidance of your teachers here and the teachers you'll have in the future, you're certainly not going to accomplish the skills that you will need to move forward in this life. You won't be able to read, write witty memes. Yes, I know what memes are, sort of. Know advanced subject matter or be prepared for the next step in your life. I expect many of these teachers that are in this room tonight with you were called to be teachers and helpers of students. It's a blessing to all of us here that they answered the call. I challenge you to tell them a specific thing that they did to help your academic career, or write thank you cards about your specific thankfulness. I know, write, pen to paper. It's an old school trick, but people love it. Whenever Mama Math gets these things at my house, it's a great day. So there's like 83 of you, just write 83 times. Thank you, Mrs. Lathrop. She'll be in a good mood, and that's great. You can do this all the way back to kindergarten, because I guarantee you that your teachers all the way up through remember you. Number 3, thank your coaches. I know there's coaches in this room. Special instructors, community activity leaders, Little League, small fry football, 4-H, scouts, clergy. Even thank your clergy. And all of them matters of activity that you did when you weren't in school or working in the yard for your parents. They helped you develop physical and mental skills. They taught you how to be a winner and accept victory and defeat graciously. They worked with others in your life to make you well-rounded and the best you could be, even if you didn't see it right on the spot. God knew you couldn't live with just teachers or parents and sent these people into your life to guide you, listen to your troubles and joys, and improve you beyond what you believed you could do yourself. The ultimate thank you to coaches or to organizational leaders is to see you in 15 to 20 years doing what they did for other kids, what they did for you. It's really cool to see. But until then, spoken and written notes of thanks with specific appreciations is what I challenge you to give to them. My final group to thank actively is your friends. You guys are all surrounded by your friends out there. This is probably the group you haven't thought of much in the thank you for helping me in my successful development department. It's a very big department. But in the next few weeks, as you don't see them every day, and as you chase your next adventures, you will realize how they have helped you in this life. Look around here tonight and see the friends and classmates you're sitting with. Who else can you text? Nobody calls anybody. At 1 a.m. when the other groups mentioned here have upset you and you need to get that stress in a better place. Who else will send you a video of a bulldog riding a skateboard and a smart comment when you fell down in the hallway at school just to make you laugh and take a little stress off your plate? Who hears about the boyfriend and girlfriend troubles first? Who shares their lunch with you when your mom tries to poison you with tuna fish or tofu? And Bill Call knows what I'm talking about when I mention tofu. Maisie Brown, who practiced your lines with you in drama club? Jeff Roy, who called you and said, dude, you're late to practice, you better get here, the coach is going to kill you. Ty, who played horse with you on that garage hoop to perfect that 20-foot fade. It's your friends. They're tougher to thank, but it's important to thank your friends. I challenge you to find unique ways to thank them for being there throughout this journey. Try candy. As you can see, I love candy. An invite to hunt or fish, or just a social media post can do the trick. Finally, in that friend department, ask them to stand with you as you go forward with your next endeavors. Having a person say, "I still need you in my life," may be the best thank you of all for this group. I challenge you to give thanks to all of those who have helped you so much in surviving this path to graduation, and to the God who designed this path for you and them, and delivered them at the right place at the right time. And if you do this simple thing, just give thanks, you will have completed challenge number 1. Now, when I graduated from Troy 31 years ago, I sat in a baccalaureate service just like this. To tell you the truth, I can't remember a single word that this guy said. I remember the song that I sang with my show choir. Jazz hands for emphasis. It was called Hand in Hand. That's what I remember. Hopefully my challenge for number 2 will have more influence and sticking power. Hopefully. Let me share with you 3 quick Bible verses that outline my reasoning behind challenge number 2. In the Bible's New Testament, in Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 through 10, so this is short. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. I told you, I believe that God watches over us. I believe that he has a path for us, and he has a path for you. I believe that he has works for us already planned out. We just have to go out there and do them. Challenge 2. Be the person you just gave thanks for. This will require you to rise up and do things for others. It's the best thing you can do. I challenge you to actively seek out opportunities to make a difference in others' lives, so that they will have someone to be thankful for in their struggles and triumphs. Do the things that make such a positive impact on your life for others. I'll give you 7 specific examples, and I know what you're thinking. 7? What time is it? Come on, sit down. But I'm going to give you 7 specific examples right here from your class, so that you don't have to guess about this challenge either. If you're joining the military, like Emma, Lacey, and Molly, and probably others that I don't know personally, be the soldier that defends the oppressed and pushes freedom over tyranny in the world. Deliver medical supplies, food, security, and compassion to those nations outside of our own. It's a big job. So neat. If you're starting in the skilled trades, like Eli, Cody, CJ, or Ethan, and others, be the student who takes that training seriously to become the skilled craftsman who builds houses, but homes, or works in the transportation, energy, machine tools, construction, or other industries to improve your community's housing opportunities, our infrastructures, or the daily assistance to all the other communities who need your skill so they can do theirs. Help them succeed in their endeavors. Number 3. See, we're moving along, this is pretty good. If you're joining the workforce in any number of jobs, strive to do the job to the benefit of your industry and those that it serves. Strive to be error-free and have your output be of excellent quality. You guys are all capable of that. I've seen your quality. Be productive so there's not shortages of goods. Man, I can't tell you the last time I went and found Jif peanut butter on the shelf right where it was supposed to be, and that makes me cranky. Work to develop others in that industry as well, because you may have had skills learned right here or from your mentors that they don't have yet. Trade up with them. You'll be praised for this, and thanks will flow your way for helping these people. Number 4, if you're entering the farming industry or college for ag-based business, or keeping a local farm going, which is so needed and so hard. Strive to produce the best fibers and products and beef and chicken and dairy and you name it. Farmers do so much. Use your talent in your local communities, clothe people, heal them through what you do, and nourish them. Work to accomplish these things with the least environmental impact. There's no harder work that helps so many across this country and globe than being a farmer. Hard job, so needed. Number 5, if academics and the careers beyond academics are your plan, I challenge you to be the best student, which is hard for me, who is focused on the learning process and what you are learning and how it can be applied to the greater good. If you pursue medicine like Annalise, Hunter, Liz, strive to heal the sick with compassion and understanding of your patients and pursue excellence in every encounter. After almost 30 years in the healthcare industry, I can tell you that's what matters the most. If it is engineering or research work, like Jackson or Jeff, you work on sustainability, massive projects and inventions that ease human suffering, protect the planet, and further the technology and human interfaces that shape our world. Imagine if Apple hadn't put that whole idea together into that cool thing that's in my pocket right now too, and how much that's changed our lives, mostly for the better. If it is music or literature or any number of humanities like Dustin and others, make your goals high and focus on filling the cracks of the communities you serve with beauty and wonder, so that you can help the greatest number of people with the greatest impact when times seem rough or ugly circumstances occur. Whatever education endeavor you pursue, go at it with purpose so that your skills will improve the lives in your communities. Number 6, if you're entering school to be a teacher like Mason, Sydney, and others, know that you've had some of the greatest high school teachers around. Some. No, you have. This is a great school with great teachers. Take that education and your experiences here at Troy and be the next generation of teachers that will push our students and ultimately our country forward. Teach with passion, not just for the subject, but for the students you're training to replace yourself in this world. And it will certainly be worth all the effort. And they'll thank you for it, just like you guys that you challenge one are going to thank somebody for it. Finally, number 7, if you're not sure of your path, it's a good time to be calm. Don't panic. Listen for God's guidance in your life, and He will put a thought in your mind as to how to proceed next. Even today, I have to take a pause and listen for His guiding voice in my life, and I'm pretty old. While you're waiting for this guidance, be the helper that any need you may hear in your local area, such as volunteering at the food bank, local churches, libraries, and any other number of organizations that need volunteers. Your success in assisting others will show you the things you are best suited to do in this world. I'll tell you, I didn't become a compliance officer in healthcare until 8 years ago. I tried many different jobs in the industry before I landed there. And I'm super excited about what I do every day. So you don't have to be in a rush. You're only 18 or 19. Tyler, what are you, about 26? My final thoughts are to encourage you to surround yourself with others who have the same mindset. Associate with people who want to help others, offer genuine care and concern for their communities, and put others first. Stand with those who will help you succeed and hold you accountable to your planned goals, and be this person for others in your life. Trust in God and His plan for you as it comes from a place of love and care. It really, really does. And even though you may not recognize that He is the divine planner in all that are sent to help us in our life's journey, look for it, and you'll see it. I'd like to end with my own thank you, so I will follow my challenge number 1. Thank you to the school board, administration, teachers, and support staff of the Troy Area School District for their unwavering support for our students and their families, and for providing a holistic approach to education. It's not just ones and zeros, right? It's not that. It's a holistic approach to make you guys better citizens. When I get even older, somebody's going to have to take care of me. I want it to be you. Thank you to the churches of our local community. And I know there are people that are in this building right now who are here from a church not because they have a kid in the audience. They believe in this process. And I thank God for them. They consistently support this event and pray without ceasing for the success of these students and these schools. Thanks be to God above for giving me this opportunity to present His grace and mercy in all that I do. Thank you to Pastor Mickey Kavanaugh for reviewing my presentation and giving me some excellent direction and counsel. I'll have to buy him a coffee. Thank you to Ms. Erdman and Mrs. Lathrop for technical assistance and public speaking support. And finally, I'd like to thank the officers, advisors, and members of the graduating class of 2022. I'm truly humbled in your invitation to speak with you here tonight. It really set me back. Annalise sent me an email. I wish you all the best and good luck on meeting my two challenges that I gave you here tonight. May God bless you and keep you under His care as you go forth and make the world a brighter place for everybody that you encounter. Thank you very much.
Amen.